You know, like adulting, living in the real world versus like a fantasy world. Like I just, obviously gonna pick this, like, hello. Hello everybody, my name is Kayla and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the reality of being a reader because like being a bookworm, being a reader is great, right? Love it, obviously. It's like my entire life and identity. However, as I'm growing older, I'm realizing that being a reader doesn't always fit very well with the reality of the world and society as well as adulting. So today I'm just going to chat with you guys about some of the realities or struggles of being a reader. Also, I have heard you guys' requests and comments for a bookshelf tour as it looks a lot different from the last time I was regularly uploading videos, and I hear you, and there is a bookshelf video either coming out this Friday or next week, so do not worry, it is in the queue and it will be coming your way very soon. And if you're new here, remember to like and subscribe down below if you enjoy this video. Okay, I've been talking long enough. Let's get into the video. Oh my god. I love coffee so much, but coffee doesn't love me, and it is just the most like tragic thing of my life. Other than, you know, not being in a fantasy kingdom, having enemies to leverage with a super hot ruler guy to make me his queen and, you know, take over his kingdom. But like, that's neither here nor there. Why am I the way that I am? Okay, we're gonna get into the video now, I swear. So like I mentioned before, being a reader is an amazing thing. Readers have higher levels of empathy. They process things faster. There's like a whole scientific study that I do not know enough about to dive into, but I can in a future video if you're interested in like the science behind your brain as a reader. But like being a reader is really, really good for you. And I feel like sometimes we don't talk about like the opposite side of being a reader and how it can actually damage your life, your bank account, you know, those types of things. And you know, being a reader can be a very misunderstood thing. So the most obvious struggle of being a reader, at least in my mind, oh my god, I keep looking away from the camera. Like I'm not used to being on camera for long term versus like TikTok that like I forget I have to like maintain eye contact with you guys. So obviously being a reader is great and all, but when it comes to the real world, and I'm 20 years old, I'm going to college, like I didn't realize how much time I spent in fantasy worlds or thinking about fantasy worlds until I had to start, you know, being more a part of the real world and the adult world and adulting, whatever that means. Because I don't know about you guys, but I use books as a way to understand my emotions, to process things, especially like trauma. So when I'm constantly not reading books or using them for escapism, I feel like very, very weird. Like I almost feel like disconnected from the real world, from like the adult world, and then like I see all these people like living life, and at college I see all these people having social lives, and I'm just like, I would rather sit in my dorm and talk to no one and just read. And it can be very, very frustrating because I'm so used to using books as escapism, using books for social things and like getting my social fix, you know, through like found family, things like that. That like when faced with opportunities in the real world, I'm like, oh, no, I'm good, I'm gonna stay in tonight. Like I purposely say no to things in real life because I'm like, well, I could just like go read. Like, I'm just gonna go be over here. When you're a reader, it's so hard sometimes to exist like in both worlds, like in like these mental fantasy worlds and all that, and in like the real world, if that makes any sense. If I'm not making any sense, let me know down below. But like, it's just so hard to maintain a balance between escapism, between these fantasy worlds, and living vivaciously through book characters and actually like having a life outside of reading. The second struggle of being a reader is dealing with expectations versus reality, and not so much in like the socializing aspect, but in like the people, like just the people aspect. Like, can we take a moment of silence for all of my doomed relationships because they weren't like a handsome, hot, high fae who wanted to have an enemies to lovers with me? Because there's a lot. Like, I didn't even realize I was doing this until I was talking to a boy this past semester in college, and then we had a deep conversation and hung out, and then I was like, you're not really what I'm looking for, or whatever. Like, mentally I was like, yeah, no, it's not gonna work out. And I realized that I was comparing everything he said and how he acted and how he looked, like everything, to a list of fictional boyfriends from books. Like, I compare everyone in my life, and especially romantic partners, to the standards of books. Like, I prefer my men fictional, thank you very much. And that is an issue when I actually want a boyfriend in real life and, like, want to experience that, possibly get married someday. But I'm like, no, you're just like not what I'm looking for, but like what I'm looking for technically doesn't really exist. Like maybe there's someone out there to be like my Resand or my Wrath or like, you know, something like that. But like I can't find him and it's super hard. And you know, like that unrealistic expectations with like people as a reader can be very like disheartening when you're trying to connect with people and actually socialize, if that makes like any sense. Is the crushing weight of your TBR and the stress of being like, there are so many books I want to read and there's not enough time to read them. Like, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes if I let myself think about it, I just get like very, very stressed because like, oh my god, my TBR is growing. There's so many books I want to read, I need to read. And it's just like, I don't know, man. It's very overwhelming, okay? Being a reader and like deciding what to read next and like having a list of books, like it can get to you mentally, okay? I'm just gonna say it. It can be very stressful. That's one reason why I stopped like using Goodreads for a while and stopped using like the challenge, because I was like, I just feel stressed out for time and I want to read books for enjoyment and escapism, you know? So it's just like the crushing weight of your TBR and having to decide what to read next, because yeah. And the last thing in today's little video about reader struggles is the moment when you look up from a really good book and realize that it's all in your head and, you know, have that realization that you're just like staring and fantasizing about words on a paper from a tree. Like, it's just like that realization that really hurts and mentally like gets to you. At least it gets to me. I don't know about you. But just like specifically, again, this may be too niche, but that moment when you look up from reading an amazing book and then you like see your like room or like wherever you are and everything like comes back into focus and you're like, oh, I don't like this. Like, it's just like that, like, I don't even know like how to explain it. It's just like that like crushing feeling of like defeat, of being like, I'm never gonna live in a fantasy world. Like, this is just a book and I am just like me. And it's just like, maybe it's me having an identity crisis, but if you can relate to that feeling, let me know again down below. Alright everybody, that was today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, remember to like and subscribe down below. And let me know what you thought about this video. Again, a bookshelf tour is coming, so just like keep your eye out for that. I'll have my beacons linked in the bio below, which is basically a link that you can click and it'll bring you to a page that has like everything I'm doing, all my social media, like everything is linked. If you're not following me on TikTok or Instagram, make sure you follow me on those because that is where I'm most active. And again, if you have any video requests or want to see any content from me, let me know down below, DM me on Instagram. You know the drill. Okay, I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Thank you for watching, and if you lasted till this point, you would deserve an award. Yeah, have a great day, be amazing people, and read lots of fabulous books. Okay, bye guys!